Welcome to another edition of Lean Bites, a bite-sized demonstration of a lean topic. Thanks for joining me today. My name is Paul Dean. In today's edition of Lean Bites, we're going to look at this principle called Pdca, also known as Plan, Do, Check, Act. This particular model was developed by Deming back in the 50s as an investigative tool. It is such a simple but powerful tool used for resolving problems that are a little bit more complex than Just Do It. Now with Just Do It, we're looking at the low-hanging fruit, which doesn't require a lot of energy or action to resolve. But Pdca will actually give us the opportunity as a testing environment to look at potential solutions before we make the wide-scale or the permanent changes. Now you also might notice that Pdca looks like a visualization of the continuous improvement loop, which has become very powerful. So I'm going to take you through how to use Pdca in problem solving, and I'm sure you'll find a benefit today with this explanation. Now the first step of Pdca is plan. This is best done in a team environment where we're going to set the scene for the purpose of the activity. What do we want to achieve out of this activity, and why are we doing Pdca? And what works really well here is a clearly defined problem statement that we all agree upon before moving forward. Then we're going to brainstorm potential solutions to that problem we've agreed with. And what works really well here is give everyone post-it notes and 10 minutes to come up with a potential solution to that problem. Now we might find in a team environment, we might get 3 to 4 ideas per person. Now we get those ideas and we post those ideas onto the board as part of the plan stage. Now because we have 3 to 4 ideas per person, we might have too many ideas to actually resolve all of those ideas. This is where we need a prioritization process, and my suggestion is give everyone a vote where they can vote on the individual ideas, and then what happens then is we get a ranking, and we find that we have the top ideas which have the top votes and the lowest ideas which don't have any votes at all. My tip is don't discard those lower vote ideas because we may come back to them. So once we've got the top 2 to 3 ideas, we go into the do stage. What works really well here is we're actually going to do something about this potential solutions that we've suggested. Coming up with an action tracker where we post the idea. As a team, we develop the action against those ideas, who's going to own that action and when it's going to be due. Now we might find that we have multiple actions for the same idea. That's okay. Once we've got these series of actions, then we're going to go into our check stage. Now the check stage is one of the most powerful parts of Pdca because this is where we get to test or experiment with the potential solution before we make some permanent or large-scale changes. So we can monitor the problem by metrics, and if we find that the problem isn't disappearing, it isn't getting any better, then we can go back to that series of prioritized ideas and pick the next one, put them into an action tracker, create an action and move forward. If we find that the problem looks like it's disappearing and the evidence is that the actions have been effective, then we go to the act stage. The act stage is one of the shortest parts of the Pdca, but it's still very important. This is where we want to standardize that particular set of solutions across the organization. We might do this with procedures, with training, Pdca, engineering, whatever we might do to make sure that that particular set of solutions outlives the activity. We want it to be long lasting. We don't want to come back and revisit it. We might also want to broaden the implications of these solutions. We might want to put them in other areas that we didn't consider initially. So with Pdca, it really is a very simple and powerful tool. If we do it structured wise, then we should come up with a really good outcome. And just quickly recapping, the power of Pdca is really in its method. It's team-based, it's structured, it's collaborative, it's experimental. It really allows a team to discover the most effective solution through a structured approach that provides the best outcome, reaching the goal whilst building the team along the journey. I hope this has been very helpful, and thank you for joining me on this edition of Lean Bites.